So what is the climate? The climate is the common average weather condition at the particular place over a long period of time, students. So you see the sum effect of that climatic changes, that is more and worse forest fire, more animal extinctions like a heat cramps, heat exhaustions, heat stroke, more heat related illness, more and worse drought is also there, and rising sea level, and economic losses is there, and rising temperature. So these are the some effect of that climatic change. This is the reason through that, students, the climate is going to be changed. So what is average weather pattern in an area over the many years, student? It is the includes the temperature in the sense of that hot and cold, and precipitation like a wet and dry. So deserts are dry, rainforests are wet, North Pole is cold, and equator is hot. So if anyone is going to ask you about that, desert are which type of climate? Dry. Rainforest are wet. North Pole is which type of climate? Cold. And equator is which type of climate? That is hot. So year by year condition of the temperature, precipitation, wind and cloud of an entire area of region on this earth, students, that is your climate. So here, what is climate and who is giving you? That one department is responsible for this information, that is the meteorological department. So meteorological department is going to consider as by the meteorologist, who is just taking out the recording the weather conditions every day to day life, and the record the weathers have been preserved for the past several decades. So it helps the meteorologist to determine the weather pattern, students, and that is basically the average weather pattern taken over the long period of time, like a 25 years, 30 years, that is called the climate of this place. If you find the temperature at the place is a high, student. See, if we are just doing the study of this table 7.2 in this Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir, so information about the climate it is given here, and the table is divided in the month, means temperature, degree centigrade, means the temperature is daily minimum and maximum. I have given you that activity. In that activity you have to do this. So minimum, total rainfall and a maximum. So January is the minus 2.3 and in the Jammu and Kashmir, and 4.7. That means the total rainfall is a maximum 57. In February, if we talk, that is the minus 0.6 and the daily maximum is 7.8. So here the maximum rainfall is 65 mm. That is millimeters. So the March is 3.8 and this is 13.6 is the daily maximum, and 99 means total rainfall is 99 mm. April, that is a 7.7 and this is 19.4 and that is 88 is the total mm rainfall. May is the 10.7 and 23.8 and that is the 72 is the minimum rainfall. And June, if I am talking in the Jammu and Kashmir, that is a 14.7 and 29.2 and 37 mm is the rainfall. July 8.2 and that is 33 that is 30.0 and 49 mm is the rainfall. Here, students, if we are going to focus in the August, 17.5 and this is 29.7 and that is 70 mm rainfall. September, the minimum temperature that is here 12.9, 27.8 and that is 33 mm is the particular mm rainfall. October 6.1, 21.9 and this 33 is mm is the September's rainfall. October 6.1 and 21.9 and 36 mm is the rainfall. So students, in the November also and December also you have seen how it is going to be happens and what is the reason behind that. So the number for that mean total rainfall is happen here. Students, if we are just going to compare with the other city, Trivandrum, like Kerala. So about the climate, the January it is the daily minimum is 22.2, which is compare that this minimum is the minus 2.3 means in Jammu and Kashmir, but here it is the 22.2, and here the daily maximum in the Jammu and Kashmir 4.7 and here the 31.5. So which place is having the hotter climate, in the Jammu and Kashmir or in Trivandrum, Kerala? So here the answer given by the student, weather and climate. Students, the weather is that day to day information of the temperature, humidity, that is called weather. But the long period of time of the average of the weather pattern, if I am taking, that is called climate. It is clear? Meteorologists are just measuring the temperature. Here the Bibhum has asked the one question, how the meteorologists measure the temperature. So that a temperature basically measured by the thermometer, and the rainfall they measure by the rain gauge. Okay, Saksham, difference between the weather and climate. So students, if I am talking about the difference between weather and climate, so one thing comes in our mind, weather is the day to day temperature, and climate is what? Weather refer the short term changes in the atmosphere, and climate describe what the weather is like over the long period of time in the specific area. So the difference here, if I am talking about the difference, so the difference is very simple, students. A short period of time, that is called weather, and the long period of time, that is talk about climate. So climate of that place is hot if there is also a heavy rainfall on most of the days in the same places, then we say that that climate of the place is hot and wet. So table 7.2 and 7.3, this is the two table where we have discussed. We have also given the climatic condition at the two places in India. The mean temperatures for the given month is found in the two steps. First we find the average of the temperature, which we have recorded in that during that month. So recorded during the month, what we have recorded? Temperature. So the average temperature recorded during that month. After that, second, what we are doing? We are just going to take it, that is the first thing which is important, that is what? The average of the temperature recorded during the month, and second, we calculate the average of such average temperature over many years. So these two steps is a very important, students, that second we calculate the average of such temperature over the period of time, that give the mean temperature. The two places are in this Kerala. So in this Kerala, so that is find the mean temperature for given month is found in the two steps. First we find the average temperature of then and recording this, and second we calculate the average of such temperature over the many years. So this is happens, and you have seen that table this 7.3 and table 7.2, and easily you can find it out what is the different temperatures are there. So students, you are looking this 7.1, 7.3. So we can easily see that a difference in the climate of Jammu and Kashmir and Kerala. So why the difference in the climate of Kashmir and Kerala. This question I am giving you, you have to write me the answer. So please have to write the answers. Why the difference in the climate of Jammu and Kashmir and Kerala? Write your answer. These answers I am giving you, students, and that maybe you are able to find it out. So here a very simple thing, students, you have to keep in mind, and let us try to think and write answers by our own. So I am giving you this thing, most probably you are able to do that. This is your time. So all of you write this answer in your copy, and that will be the more important. Think and write. Okay. So think and write about it. That is your part. And here you think why the difference in the climatic conditions of this Jammu and Kashmir. So here you have seen about that why the difference in the climate of Jammu and Kashmir and Kerala. Write your answer. So the average of the temperature recorded during the month, students, that is going to be find it out, and that average we are finding, that is a climate. So second, we calculate the average of such average temperature over the many year. So climate is the difference from the weather. Weather is the atmospheric condition of the location at that time, and climate is the average year by year condition of the temperature, precipitation, winds and clouds sort of an complete environment. So that is the Gujarat. Gujarat is at the westernmost point, and the Arunachal Pradesh is that Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan. Mayank Raj, you write your problems, and Devans Malhotra, that is Punjab. Dandra, very nice. Goa, Saurabh Barnwal. So Saurabh Barnwal. Here the few students have just said about that Western India. That so whenever I am talking about the climate is the average weather pattern in an area where the many years it includes the temperature, hot, cold, and precipitation, wet and dry. So if anyone is asked about that desert, so you can tell that them the climate of the deserts are dry, rainfalls are wet, rainforests are wet, North Pole is a cold, and equator is there. So the Piyush has given me the answers about that Western India, Rajasthan, Gujarat. That is the great answers you students have given me. So that what is climate? Climate is a little bit different. Climate is a different from weather. Weather is the atmospheric condition of the location at the time, and climate is the average year by year that condition of the temperature, precipitation, winds, clouds, and the entire area of the regions or that earth, student. So you got it, the differences in between that temperature. So the average of the temperature recorded during the month, and second, we calculate the average of such average temperatures over the many years. Then we are able to find it out that complete. So why the difference in the climate of Jammu and Kashmir and Kerala? Why the difference in the climate of the Jammu and Kashmir and Kerala? Write your answer. So here, students, you have seen regarding that. If I am talking, so the climate of the Varanasi is a mild. It is 76 that levels of this. Whenever I am talking about the sea level, I have already discussed you that the sea level is also the matter of that. So 76 meter above from the sea level. So it is the mild, and sometime it is warmer and temperature is high. Anyone else? that western India like Rajasthan will show the different type of temperature in a high during the most part of the year, and during the winter, which lasts only that for the few months, the temperature is quite low, and that region receive very little rainfall. This is typical desert climates. I have already discussed you in the different having that hot and dry. And the northeastern India receive rain for the major part of India. So northeastern India, you have to find out which state are there. We can say that climate of the northeast is wet. So climate has the profound effect on all living organism, students. So animals are according to the climates that animals are able to survive. And what is the adaptation? And that is the big question in front of us. So animals are adapted to survive in the condition, means they are able to adjust according to the climates which you have seen. And like you have seen, you are living in the very clean environments, but the few people, slum area, that you have seen the peoples are just living into the very dirty places. So animal living in the very cold and a hot climate must possess special features to protect themselves against the extreme cold or the heat, and it will not affect. But if you will go outside and you are going to see, means that your body is not adapted, it is not adjusted according to that environment. So climate has a profound effect on all living organism. It is not necessarily like that it is not affecting to that people. In a previous class, also in the chapter 9 of your class 6 science, you have studied about the definition of that adaptation. Can anyone tell me about that? What is the adaptation? What is adaptation? Tell me. Is anyone ready to give me the answer? Yes, IOC Singh. What is adaptation? Saksham, yes, tell me. What is adaptation?
Sir, the presence of specific features which allow animals to live in a particular way is called adaptation.
Thank you.
In a particular place, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, Saksham.
Sir,
Yes, IOC, you want to give the answers about that adaptation?
yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, the state process of changing to a shoot or new situations.
Very good, IOC. Thank you so much. The process of changing by which the organisms or species become a better suited or its environment. That is Ansika Rathi also given, Saksham also given. So the process of a specific body here. Mayank has also given. Where is the Mayank? I would like to ask about that Mayank. So that Mayank has also given the very good answers regarding this. Yes, Mayank. Mayank, you unmute and tell me that adaptation is an evolutionary process. Tell me. Mayank Raj. Okay, Mayank is not. Thank you so much, students. So today we have understand about the climate and adaptation, how the things are going to be changed, and the features and the habits that help animals to adapt to their surroundings area, and the result of this process is that evolution. So next time we will discuss how the different animals are going to adjust according to the climates. Thank you so much. Good day to you all and happy Janmashtami.